Hi, I'm Lescliffe from Notlobia. Please, Jenny, let me out from the modelling dungeon. And you're watching The Monday Club.
It's Monday, it's 7 p.m, and the Gronks are on parade. It's time for The Monday Club, featuring your host, Jennifer Kirk, with the help of the and your host with the toast top tea toaster and a wizard called Gandalf, featuring the sounds of the Glasgow Symphony Orchestra and the musical stylings of Gordon, the music maestro. Let's get ready to loco! Ho ho ho! Ooh.
The Monday Club is proudly sponsored by TMC, the Model Centre. Check them out at themodelcentre.com. The website features extensive stocks of new models as well as selective pre-owned items where you can track down that bargain you've always wanted. Pre-order with confidence all of the forthcoming models from all the manufacturers. TMC also offer a renumbering and renaming service so you can get the exact identity of locomotive that you want. Why not also check out their value weathering, or go for something incredibly special with their bespoke service where you can choose from a more extensive weathered look right through to custom graffiti either off the peg or to a design of your choice. Check out TMC today at themodelcentre.com and start your model journey. A big hello to you. It's so great to see you and I hope I find you well. I'm Jenny Kirk. This is the Monday Club. So oh my word, James Pets. We do appreciate, we approve of James Pets. I haven't seen you in a while. I do hope you're well. Says Houston, we have a problem, do we? A bit of stuttering always. Yeah, you press the button and it goes, oh, did you want to download a Windows down date? 247 trains, hi to you, 1968 Concorde, Flymer Chairman 1, Dave Scott Railways, Patrick Ling, Mike Lane, TT120, Neptune, Robin Silver, Paul Bryan, Iron Horse Railways, Harry Sedgwick, 3B Rail, Ruben Ashwell, Zantec, Joshua W56, Valleys 56XX, Avondale and Halshall Moore, Engage Railway, Clive Cobold, Patrick Ling, Class 92 Models, Yahara Rick, Francis Wandsworth, Don Cragen, Roger Wollstonholmes, Stefan Svensson. Big hello to you. It's been great to see you. I saw you posting in the Monday Club group on Facebook that your Monday Club wagon has arrived, and I'm so grateful to all you guys who have been supporting the Monday Club wagon project. All sold out now. If you ring Rails of Sheffield, they might have some in the shop, but ostensibly all sold out. So we're currently working on the next one. We don't want to bring it out too soon, bear in mind, because if we bring one out every couple of weeks, then it's just...
What are we, Rapido?
Yeah. Let's have a look. We've got loads and loads of people in the chat. It's great to see you. Oh no, Joshua W56 says, don't know if I'll be motivated enough to make videos more frequently, though I'm still not entirely over the loss of my nana.
Oh my goodness.
I'm so sorry to hear.
Look,
it's always difficult.
Always take time for yourself, because if you feel like you have to do something, everyone will notice that your heart's not in it.
Yeah, and
sometimes do you want that as a permanent record? And
sometimes you need to take a little bit of time for yourself.
Yeah, take some me time.
And I know that when we were at Key Model World Live over the weekend, so great to see some of you guys on the Saturday.
What an experience.
Oh yeah, Making Tracks 4 as well, which is like the new, bigger, badder, longer, yellower Making Tracks layout. Got the world record for...
That was so
It's
good.
quite a mouthful, the world record. It's like the largest portable model railway, and I think it's based on a real location, so you can't just James Mayer load a track out across Bideford or do a model railway through the Great Glen in Scotland. I think there's certain criteria, but they got the record. There are some lovely photographs of them holding the certificate. BBC were there, Channel 4 were there as well. It was really quite busy. Naive Gauge says, am I the only person who did not go to the NEC this weekend? No, I know quite a few people who didn't go.
Wasn't there another show on at the same time?
I don't know, but certainly it was a really, really great show. Of course, inaugural show, but organised by the same people that do the Great Electric Train Show at Milton Keynes at the
did have a
MK Dons
good atmosphere,
Arena.
and it felt a bit like Getz. I like Getz. Getz is good.
And it wasn't in the same hall as the NEC Worley show has been previously. And I actually preferred the hall it was in. We were in Hall 12, which is much more convenient for the parking, it must be said. You didn't have to catch the sweat bus to and from the venue from the car park. And it did feel a lot more together. I think the Worley show was always, the hall was always too big because they didn't let them use the full hall. And which I always thought was a bit snidey, because it's like they weren't using the rest of the hall for anything else, but it's like, no, you haven't paid for it, you can't have the rest of it.
That is a bit ignorant.
Well, no, I'm assuming that that's how it went, and it might be that they're like, well, we don't need all the space, so if we cut to cone some of it off, then the things fit better. So we don't assume, but
I assume.
But yeah, I thought it was a great venue.
I thought it was fantastic.
I think they're already talking about hiring a second hall as well and making it bigger for next year, which is always a good thing. I don't know whether that's just because the Making Tracks boys are like, well, we're going to extend for next year, so you'll have to like open that door and let us go through. They do need some means of getting over that layout because it is quite long. But whilst we were there, actually, I know I do need to mention Oxford Rail are doing a stellar job, and I know that they've been struggling with a lot of difficult issues. They did post recently on Facebook about what they faced in terms of TAF not being so great, and I know that it's really difficult when things like that happen. Thankfully, TAF is doing reasonably well, and I think he'd love to be able to get back to the shows, but it has been quite a strain on the people who run Oxford Rail. It is a family business, so it's not like a big corporate entity, and I think a lot of people forget that. So,
so many of the things that are in our hobby aren't massive businesses.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of almost, I wouldn't call Oxford Rail a cottage industry, but certainly a small, close-knit, family-run business.
Rails is a small family business. Hatton's was a family business.
Yeah.
The bigger ones usually aren't that big compared to a lot of things.
But we just wanted to give a special mention to the stellar job that Eloise and the rest of the crew at Oxford Rail do. And it was great to see and chat to them. I had a good chat with Hornby. And actually, whilst we were there at Hornby, and up until Dapol made their announcement today, we actually did have ideas for another thumbnail, and the topic was a little bit different. But I was really blown away by the running sample that they've got of locomotion. It's magic to watch it.
That was hypnotic.
Absolutely. I think it's going to be the model of the year when it comes out. And yes, Iron Horse Railways, you do spy a few banana vans.
Just a few.
Yeah. So clearly there's a delivery going down to the Minions lair.
Banana!
They're being used as a fitted head on the unfitted train.
You do love a fitted head, don't you?
Let's try a different
angle. Better than having your head wobble.
So evening to you, Ian White. Peter Jackson Cheadleheath, yes, you do spy the Class 13. There's a full video coming on that on Friday this week, so do look out for that. I posted some pictures of the project at the beginning, the middle and the end, but there is a full video filmed on that, and it's actually surprisingly easy. Now, talking about construction, the Monkey of Cupboardness is building a Pico signal box as we're on air. This is an N gauge. So have I just put my finger in paint?
If you touch the top, you have, because I painted the inside.
I just felt sticky. It might be the glue.
I've painted the inside brown, so it got brown floor.
But Zantac, no, they're not from Banana Republic.
And
that's a sharp suit.
I've even painted the levers. I haven't got them out of here yet, but they're going in.
Yeah.
So, Jen, before you go any further, I have to ask one thing.
Hello to Jack's Trains, by the way. I'm well, but yes.
I have to ask one thing.
What?
Do we have a sponsor today?
Yes, our sponsor today is TMC, the Model Centre, your first choice stop for all things new and second-hand. They're doing a big push on their second-hand sales. Everything is pre-screened, so you can buy with confidence. Some really quite keen prices. And one of the things, actually, I was talking to Alex at Key Model World Live. They said that, you know, that they don't just buy in anything. One of their big USP, unique selling points, is that the stuff is curated. So if they think that something is not good enough to sell, then they just won't buy it in. So there's no impetus on them to knock out rubbish to get rid of it. And it's one of the things that they're really keen on, is that it's quality, curated, second-hand stuff. Also, don't forget their full weathering service, and as you'll see on next week's Wednesday video, when you'll see the full review that I filmed on the banana vans, they've got a number of exclusive special commissions of the banana vans. They really are good. Zantex says TARDIS by the yellow van behind the sponsor logo. Oh yes, well spotted.
My goodness, well done.
Oh yes. And I wonder what's the state of affairs down in Toaster. Do we have the Toaster cam?
I believe we do. Let's go to it now.
So we're going to the Toaster cam. So there we are. We've got Topsy and Gronksy, who are racked and stacked and ready to go. So for those who were asking about Topsy and Gronksy, they have been hanging out and having a really good time. You can see them there, all really excited with their little bobbly eyes. And of course, on message, Gronk it up. Gronk it up. Gronk it up. Hashtag not a cult for legal and tax purposes. So there we go. That's Gronksy and Topsy. Gronksy, of course, a long-time resident of Toaster,
yes,
but he has moved to Bredbury recently to be closer to a family member there, Topsy, who, of course, also originally from Toaster as well. And there is a distant relative in Sandwich, just in case anybody was wondering. Right, let's go back to
what things you just waffle on about. It's hilarious.
Well, yeah, they've got family in Sandwich, obviously. Yes, hashtag not a cult for legal and tax purposes.
Your knowledge may vary.
But today, the big news, and this, I had no news that it was coming. Dapol, please send out press releases. Out of the blue, we had
the skies.
The Jambots fly, shooting to battle with strawberry pie. Defenders of the Nosh. Defenders! Sorry, it's like there's some kind of Saturday morning kids TV breaking in. Right, so this is from Dapol, an amazing new announcement. Now, they already do the 14XX in O-Gauge, so I suppose that, let me see, right, so if I go to...
You go to large window.
Big screen, there we go. So,
through the square window.
So, where's my mouse pointer? So they're doing Class 517 and the 14XX and some of the other minor variants as well. Now, the 517 has never been offered in 00 as far as I'm aware. I'm really, really quite impressed by these. We've also got the 4800. So the 517 class are small 042 tank engines designed by George Armstrong for local passenger work on the Great Western Railway. 144 built at Wolverhampton in 13 lots, outshot between 1868 and 1885. So sort of era 1, era 2.
It went on for quite a while then.
Heavily modified. I'm just looking down and see what all members of the class were disposed of with none making it into preservation. All withdrawn by 1947, so didn't quite make it into BR ownership. But wait, there's more. Hold on. Excuse me.
Ah, you're excused.
Yeah, right. Tree pollen somewhere. So these look really quite amazing. Now, as far as I can tell, what we've got here is we've got colorized CADs. I think so. They've got they're doing the early version. This is an absolute first, 517 open cab version. Really loving the look of this. Specification, we've got, as you can see on your screen, usual refinements expected to be found on the Dapol model. Die-cast chassis, fully compensated chassis, 3 cab types, open, closed, and later collet design detailed cab interior, tall and short chimney, churchwood sprung tapered shank buffers. Representation of internal motion, printed number plates with etched plates in the accessory pack. So there's the closed cab version. I really like the open cab version. I can't speak properly. DCC ready, £140, not too bad in the present market. DCC fitted, 175, and 250 for DCC sound. So they're at the CAD stage. No, it's just gone into tooling. So order from your Dapol stockist. And then they've also got the 4800 and 14XX. This has been much requested, it has to be said, ever since the ill-fated DJ Models version. Now, that tooling must still exist out there. So one thing I would say is, I do wonder now whether that will magically appear on the market fairly prompto or not. Although it was widely derided that the mechanical side of that was very poor, although detail-wise it was really, really good. But I'm really looking forward to these. The O-gauge models are something special. So this was the amazing news that dropped today. So you've got all the information here. We're getting early versions and later versions. So this is
quite a treat we're getting at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, this is amazing. Next 18 DCC sockets. We've got a wide variety of proposed deliveries. Again, £140 DCC ready with 250 for DCC sound. And you can get it DCC fitted from Dapol for 175. Again, these are now in tooling. So we're going to go back to the... Oh, why have we still got the question on screen from when we did
Because we haven't turned it off yet. It's very easy to turn off. I just press that button.
So sorry about that. Ignore the...
the polls are closed. Sorry.
Polls are closed, but you may still be charged for entering. It's like, yes, stupid idiot, did you not read the dates? But yeah, there we go. Could I have the chat on screen, please?
Isn't that on screen? Oh, of course it's not. There you go.
Beverage of choice is Diet Coke. So we've got good evening to you, Trains with Nick, H&HE Express, Model N scale trains, Gavin Blackburn, Partick Hill Station, London Transport 57 XX Duck number L99. So it's great to see you. Cheshire Lines as well, great to see you. Trains with Nick says I'm going to have to buy one of those 14XX locos for my Titfield collection. Yeah, I think. I do wonder whether Dapol and Rapido and Studio Canal could come to some kind of an agreement whereby they get together and produce a special for the Titfield Thunderbolt. I think that would be quite nice. As far as I'm aware, I think it's a good relationship between Dapol and Rapido. So who knows? Maybe we can hook them up. Maybe they've already have. And they're sat there going, you're a bit behind the curve.
Yeah, do you genuinely think that these companies haven't thought, no, we could do the other train?
Oh, HS says, sorry, I'm late.
A Monday clubber is never late to the wagons, nor are they hilly. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf. Absolutely.
You're welcome.
So there's probably other people who've said that they were late whilst the chat wasn't on screen.
A Monday clubber is never late to the wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to. Have I earned my keep yet? Can I have some biscuits?
Yeah, okay. Aaronville says, sorry I'm late. Retro
Monday
Ramble
clubber is never late.
Retro Ramble says evening all, just in case.
Nor are they early. They arrive precisely
late.
when they mean to.
Okay, get back in your box. There's biscuits in it.
Yay.
Ian Turvey says, I want one of those 14XX tags. I do, so I want one of the 517s. They look amazing in the early style, with the open cab, and they're going to be perfect to go with some of those Hatton's originals, which are now with Rails of Sheffield, or the Hornby versions of the 4 and 6 wheelers. Rick Morley says, "Sorry, I'm late." Caroline Rogers says, "Evening all." Rick Morley says, "Hi everyone." An implication of late. Anyway, right, come on.
Hurry. They arrived precisely.
Oh, interesting. Warbler Production says Dapol are producing 1401 in BR black with GWR on the tank side, so it will be easy to modify it to look like the film version did. Excellent to know. Excellent. So,
I want a version for Scale Electric though.
oh, so you can do the bit where it goes down the street. Oh, I like that. I suspect it won't happen though.
I know.
Trains with Nick says, "I'm still gutted that Rapido cancelled their Class 04 model. Nobody does an early Class 04 diesel, and the conversion kits have long been out of production." Yes, and of course the Wisbech and Upwell tramway being firmly on their radar, given that they've done the Wisbech and Upwell coaches and also the J70. It is a shame. Now, I think the 04 is definitely going to be on somebody's radar. May even be that Rapido will revisit that project. We desperately need an updated model. Bachmann are showing no signs of updating theirs as a horrible split chassis. Hasn't been in production for quite some time. So there is a gaping hole in the market for a decent Class 04 shunter in 00 gauge. Now, I would have thought that Bachmann are the most likely to take it on, given that the Graham Farish model is pretty good. But I want an 04 because I think it's 04119 in rail blue with the TOTS number on it is firmly on my radar, running in preservation. I also really need to get a rail blue Bachmann or Hornby Super Detail Gronk, which I can convert to a Class 10. I've really got the bug, actually, since I did the Class 13. I want to do a Class 10. Nobody's done a model of a Class 10.
Which I find surprising, because you told me what it was.
Yeah, and the thing is that both Hornby and Bachmann are in a position to release a Class 10, because I was told by somebody in the know that a Class 10 outwardly is identical to a Class 08. It's just the engine and the traction motors that are different.
So is that why they haven't done it?
I don't know. Richard Knowles has welcome to Jenny Kirk membership. Thank you for I think it's maybe a rejoin, but it's always great. Gavin Blackbird says it's not a J70, it's Toby. Well, Toby was a J70, or was it a Y? Was it a Y6? Oh yeah, mixed trains. Absolutely, I've been bugging Bachmann for decades. We need a rail blue 09. We've never had, as far as I know, a super detailed version of the 09 in rail blue. Now, they were the most numerous livery. They were like that for a long, long time. We've even had BR Green from Hornby, but rail blue with the TOPS number. Come on, Hornby and Bachmann. It's not difficult. The only 09s that I'm aware of having been released are 09012 in Engineers Grey from Hornby. They did a BR Green version, I can't remember its D number, and Bachmann did their solitary 09006 in Mainline Blue. Christopher says, "Evening all, I'm arriving just when I meant to." Absolutely.
A Monday clubber is never late, Toto wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Oh, there we go. There you
okay?
go. The picture appeared eventually.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so an 09, and actually, yeah, Jenny, how about an 09? Paul Brian, I could do a renumber to an 09. I mean, I've bitten the bug. It was surprisingly easy.
Don't bite bugs. Don't know where they've been.
It was surprisingly easy to renumber to 13002. So, as soon as I started looking, there were no cut price Gronks in rail blue for sale at Key Model World Live.
Because you told everyone you wanted one, and everyone went out, "Oh, I want one as well."
But also Clark Railworks don't have any. Very disappointed. So unfortunately, it's like just when I get interested, and like Bachmann 25s, I was suddenly thinking, I bet you there's loads of 25087, the first TOPS numbered release that Bachmann did. I bet you there's loads of them on the market, because they always used to go cheap, because nobody seemed to want them. And as soon as I start looking, they're all gone.
Did you ask if he had any budgies going cheap?
No, apparently he didn't. Dion Wollaston, it was great to meet you at the show on Saturday. Says, I'm into Steam, but the tank locos look I'm not into Steam, but the tank locos look fantastic. From a curious scale, the J67, 68, and 69, dudes. The Buck Jumper is an incredible loco.
Yeah.
I think they're going to sell really well, particularly Great Eastern Railway livery and the Liverpool Street Pilot as well. I think that both of those are going to get snapped up on pre-order.
I have to say one thing. I'm a bit disappointed that no one has, as of yet, done Planet. I know the 200th anniversary is coming up, and I think that some companies are holding back because the 200th anniversary is coming up.
No, that's 7 years away.
It is 7 years away, but I think they are holding back because they don't want to do it until then.
Well, no, I think there'd be
I need it back. I need Planet.
Planet and also Patentee, which is the 222 with 10. I've got hiccups.
Well, that's what happens when you drink
Coke
fizzy stuff.
Yeah.
But I need Planet, man. I need it. You know I'm good for it.
Zantec says, talking about Gronks, I spoke to Bachman to give them some feedback over their new model. They came up with a suggestion for the traction issue. It was to swap the speaker for a weight. Now, if you don't want sound, then
that's
yes.
fine.
But if you do want sound, not really helpful.
No. You okay?
The London Transport 57XX duck number L99 says, Jenny, I'm a duck. I've never heard of this Gronk. What is it? A Gronk is a most commonly class 08, but you could also have a sports Gronk, which is a class 09. And technically, I think class 10, 11, and 12 would also be classed as Gronks, as would a number of pre-Tops classes that were extinct before Tops came out. They kind of tried different combinations of engines and traction motors. So I know that the Class 10 with its Lister Blackstone engine and was it British Thomas Houston
Why are you looking at me when you ask these things?
I wasn't. I was looking them in the eye.
I know that I like a Gronk when I see it, but I'm not the Gronk whisperer. I can't just know everything about Gronks.
London Transport 57XX duck number L99. A Class 13. I've just made one. Watch out for Friday's video. Ivo Van Zon says you can get a Trix Adler that's about the same as the Planet. Yes, because the Adler was built by Robert Stevenson's company. But it's HO. Lovely model. They do come up from time to time second hand. And yes, Ivo Van Zon said for the Gronk Dutch Class 600 and 700. Victoria State Railways out in Australia also had some Gronks, although they were 5'3" gauge rather than 4'8.5", and also Libya, still out there. A number of
Libya had Gronks.
Yes,
they got about a bit, didn't they?
Yes, they did. Leslie Gilpin Railway says Class 10 covered a load of variants. I think only one actually survived to the point of being around when the Tops numbers came in, although I'm only aware of a single example having carried a Tops number on the side, and that's running in preservation thus. So I'm just looking back. Yeah, we're getting sucked into the whole of the Gronk. Flywitch M1. Oh, a chunky machine, 5'3". Wow. Yeah, they were built specially for the Victorian railways. I believe some are preserved out there. The ones in Libya, I believe, are still extant, but very derelict. They've been robbed of parts and probably stripped of anything that's of value.
Well, that country has been having some trouble, hasn't it?
Yeah, in Oxium models, Adler is a 222. I did say it's a Patentee, not a Planet. And 222 was actually quite a common wheel arrangement back in the day, giving a bigger firebox and boiler so you could get more power. But coupling rods were something that tended to be shied away from because of the metallurgical stuff of the day meant that having those rods flailing about, they were prone to cracking. It was one of the reasons that earlier So my train of thought just disappeared.
Because of the things flying about.
Yeah, earlier locomotives tended not to. B. Moz, a big hello to you. Says hi from South Wales. You're near Kevin Coyd Colliery. And of course, 247 Developments. We've got the full video, finally, of the O-Gauge Hydro Wagon kit that they do. Finally, I know it's been a long time. Had so much trouble tracking down the Pico wheels and buffers and couplings.
Yeah, it was nothing to do with
nothing
the
to do
quality
with
of their prints. It's just that the stuff wasn't around.
Yeah, but we have got it done, dusted, painted, and the video is going out on Wednesday.
Yep, it's all edited up and ready to upload.
Joanna Harris says, happy birthday to my dad Simon from Olivia, age 6, and Amy, age 11. We all love your channel. Oh, thank you so much. Day to you, squash tomatoes and stew, bread and butter in the gutter. Happy birthday to you.
Wow, this is a hard one to stick together, this Pico kit.
Given that people can't see you, taking that out of context might be a little
No, it's difficult to stick this the top of this Pico kit together.
She's building a Pico N-Gauge signal box.
I'll show you in a minute when I've got this to stick.
London Transport 57XX Duck number L99 says, good night, I'm going to say goodbye.
Take care,
Take
have
care.
a great night.
I know it is a school night, but a lot of people have work in the morning. But take care.
Some of us have work after this.
Darren J. Mould says, Darren Bruce Central, I like the Monday Club Gronk hoodie in your shop. Of course, yes, the Gronk It Up hoodie. One of our best sellers, actually.
It is. I love it.
I know the people from Dapol, they've all got Gronk It Up hoodies.
Yeah.
Although they don't do shows anymore, so they can't do like show it off. Which
No,
is like,
but they can wear it around in the office, which is what I think it was for. Nice.
So it's really nice that everybody's loves the Gronk It Up hoodies, and don't forget you can get your very own Gronk It Up hoodie, or if you prefer, a t-shirt, or maybe even a mug, from the link down below, just underneath the video. Torrance Train says, random question: are you planning to do any heritage railways this year? Any chance of you both coming down to the Great Central? We would love to, but it's all about time, and anywhere that's a little bit of a trek for us as well. We have to factor in staying overnight somewhere, and travel becomes a problem. Cost issue. But certainly East Lancs Railway, that's one that I'd like to go to. And I think they do a Shunters Day up at Preston at the railway that's down at the docks. That might be a nice one to go to. And I'd also like to go and do the one that's down. Are you all right there?
No, I'm having real trouble with this.
All right.
The corners are. The problem is that
fiddly.
Yeah, it's.
If you blow on it, it tends.
It's not that. It's not that.
Okay.
There's the glass on the inside is overlapping and pushing it apart.
Oh.
So it's a right nuisance.
James Petts, the man who likes to say we approve, says, why do Dapol no longer do shows? Dapol said that it was just too expensive for them. They decided it wasn't worth it. It took a lot out of them as a company because they had to have so much staff devoted to it, plus your hotel rooms and everything else. Oh, thank you so much, JL Railways. Very, very kindly donated £4.99 on the super chat. Let's give that a tickle.
To be honest with you, Dapol and Rails have been doing the same thing. It's difficult to justify the cost of these shows.
Yeah, that's what. It's the same reason that Rails stopped doing them as well.
I genuinely can't blame them.
Dave 41184 says, thoughts on Key Model World as a new show.
Brilliant.
I thought it was excellent.
Absolutely brilliant. And one thing
really
that I heard from a lot of the people there is that train modelers can learn so much from the war gamers.
Yeah, and the military modelers. I mean, I tell you what, their painting and weathering and attention to detail puts us to shame.
Yeah.
Really quite incredible. And I thought that it was a great show. A lot of the traders said that they didn't know what to expect. First time for this kind of show. So I think a lot of the traders were still finding their feet on what stock to bring. But I know that the scenery people, so Primo Trees and also War World Scenics. Really nice to see both of them and have a chat with them as well. But both of them said that the scenic materials do sell quite well, particularly trees. It seems the military modelers were quite taken with both Primo trees and the War World Scenics ready-built trees to have as kind of a central feature on a diorama. They did really, really well. And also a lot of the plastic kits as well. A lot of the retailers were bringing some of their kit stash as well, which did quite well.
So many kits.
So I think that there's a bit of a learning curve, and a lot of the retailers did say that, you know, there's certain things were just like selling out, and now that they know for next year, it'll be a little bit more focused. But I think, you know, through the doors they got really good numbers. It got quite busy actually. We were there on the Saturday, and it got really, really busy. So I think that it's a good show. It's here to stay, and it's at the perfect time of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard this from a lot of traders as well as manufacturers that this is the time of year that the hobby needs a big show. It's all very well saying, "Oh, we need our Warleys type show in November," and BRM magazine immediately said, "Well, we will do a show at the NEC." On that weekend, so effectively it's not the Warley show, but it's run pretty much the same weekend, same spec and everything. But the hobby doesn't really need another show at that time of the year. That's pretty much the peak year, build up to Christmas. A lot of sales take place around then. But actually April, latter half of April, is when the hobby tends to slow down as people are going outside, doing outdoorsy things.
Going outside, like
going
a
on
pleb.
holiday. And actually, as a shot in the arm financially for the hobby, everybody was saying that this is actually the perfect time for a big show. Iron Horse Railway says, "Zoe, check your messenger. I sent you a thing." Easy, Tiger.
He has. He sent me something with the comment "lol."
Oh. Was it some kind of cat eating cheeseburger?
I don't know, but I'm concerned. Let's put it that way.
And Dion says, "Yes, but Jenny, we make their models look very static." Well, yeah, there is that. But I mean, some of their techniques with airbrushes to get perfect weathering and metal effects and worn metal effects, so incredible. B. Mozza says, "May, we're out 3 out of the 4 weekends." And Dave 41184 says, "Did anyone at Key Publishing confirm if the show will be back next year?" I heard, I didn't hear direct from Key Publishing, but I think from what I heard, it sounds like it will be. They're talking about what I heard, also hiring a second hall, so there would be 2 halls rather than just the one. I think it's going to be a bigger and bigger show. One of the things, actually, one of the suggestions from several traders and also some of the exhibitors with layouts was that it might be nice for them to mix the model railway people and the military modelling type people in together, rather than having military corral and then train corral. Actually,
yes and no.
intermingling.
I'm going to say yes and no on that one, because a lot of people liked that it was split. So if you were into the military, you went down the military area and you saw all the military stuff. If you wanted science fiction, you went to the science fiction bit and you saw all the sci-fi stuff. And then you had to look around for the other stuff, and you enjoyed new things, but you knew exactly where to go for the stuff that you were there for.
Tim Davis says, "Hello everyone. Sorry I'm late." Hold on, I'm going to prod the box that Gandalf went and put himself in. So
A Monday clubber is never late. Toto
he's out
welcomes.
the box.
Nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf.
You're
and
welcome.
let's just check what the word from the toaster is. So we're just going down to there's Topsy Toaster and Gronksy Toaster. They're fresh back from, I think they went down to Sandwich. A little bit of action down on the south coast. Enjoy the sea and, just hang out with the Sandwich people.
Yeah. Are they
Topsy.
people shaped like sandwiches or people that live in sandwich?
I think they just wear sandwich boards. But Topsy, obviously Topsy is originally from Toaster. Went down there, and Gronksy Toaster, you see there above, a nephew of Topsy, and very into his Gronks. He's now moved up to Bredbury to be a little bit closer to Topsy. And I think he's hoping to see the Gronk that's down at Longsight Depot. So he's quite excited. Oh, there he goes. There, a little bit of excitement there. And there we are. That's the view from the Toasters with Gronksy and Topsy. So
you've got an entire backstory. For
I know. I've got a
Toasters.
backstory for everything. I mean, I really like the William Loud backstory.
That was hilarious. We had a lot of fun.
You know,
with
I just wrote that as a stream of consciousness thing, and it just worked. James Petts, who says we see a lot of Topsy Toaster, but we never see his drunken brother, Tipsy.
next time that we do a live stream from a pub, you might see Tipsy.
Yes, it's called Zoe. B2000RO Toys
I
channel
have
says,
you know
hi.
I don't drink, thank you very much.
B2000RO Toys channel says, hi Jenny and Zoe, I've been enjoying what sunshine and dry weather we have here, running my G-scale model trains. Excellent. Always love a bit of G-scale action.
This Pico kit now has coloured levers.
It's nice, isn't it?
That was bloody awful to try.
Is this going is this going to be the Boxton on Files?
Boxton on Files signal box.
Excellent. Yeah, Mixed Train says I see your 13. Nice. Absolutely, yeah. So the Class 13, or as we are calling it, the Mega Gronk.
Mega Gronk. Mega Gronk.
Mega Gronk. Hashtag not a cult for legal and tax purposes.
We're not obsessed, are we?
Yeah, Nick Garolimo says there's a village in Kent near Sandwich called Ham. The signpost outside says Ham Sandwich.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Sarah Davis says Tipsy had an unfortunate end when his depressed owner. Oh no, that's not good. Richard Swiderski says very nice. So yeah, people are loving your build. Leslie Gilpin Railway says I hope Zoe is painting the levers correctly. No, I did tell her what all the different colours mean, but she's like, I'm gonna have a green one and a blue one, and it's
several red ones. There's some.
I
have mostly red ones, 2 blue ones, 2 black ones associated with the blue ones, and a green one because I have a tunnel.
Yeah, she didn't know what the green one was for. I had to explain what each of the levers do.
I like trams.
Yeah, and that actually in your average signal box, the red levers outnumber pretty much all the other levers by 3 to 1.
Anything else.
Good night, all, says Alan Pollock. Look, you take care.
Thanks for coming along.
Always great to have you in, and don't forget that you can catch up with any bits that you miss. It does become a regular video after the show. And please hit that like button. It's really easy. It doesn't cost you a penny. You can also share the video out to social media. Let people know over on Instaprank and Facebook and...
Are you just making these up?
Yeah.
You don't know, do you?
Yeah.
You don't know, do you?
Social. Richard Swiderski says, Jenny, my toaster broke today.
Oh no!
Oh no! So Topsy and Gronksy, they're really, really sad about
that. We'll be toasting our bread at half heat.
Yes. Yeah, they'll have the browning knob turned down to half in memorial to the toaster that is going to be sadly missed. Such a shame, but right, what button shall I press? Press the button. Hit the lever.
Hit the lever.
Hit the lever. Aaronville says, did you buy anything at the show?
Jenny was surprisingly restrained.
I got a Class 22 fitted with sound at Digitrains. So that was pretty... and I bought some stuff from DCC Concepts. And also picked up a load of banana vans. You'll be seeing them running round as a fitted head on the front of the unfitted coal train. Warbler Productions. Amen to that. It's not social media, it's anti-social media.
I, however, spent far more than I expected to.
Richard Swiderski says, Jenny, my toaster broke down yesterday. Can I borrow one of yours? We'll squeeze it down the phone line for you.
Yeah, we'll send you some toast.
Yeah. Clive Cobalt says, hi Jenny and Zoe. NIR has replaced Yorkgate Station with a new station called York Road on Sunday. All right.
Okay.
As David Scott Rowe says, my like button only refreshes if I refresh the whole feed.
Weird. So yeah, I spent a surprising amount at this place, to be honest with you.
Probably not as much as Iron Horse Railway.
No,
he was like a kid in a
Iron
candy
Horse
store.
and I went over our budgets. Let's put it this way. I got scanned.
Oh yes, Model U, and of course a huge thank you to Model U, who very very kindly provided free figures of me to the winners of the tickets that were kindly provided by Key Model World. And it was really, really great to meet Rob Hall actually at the show with his father. And it's always amazing to meet you guys, and especially those that we've given the free tickets to as they won the competition.
Yep.
So that was really, really amazing. But Model U gave free figures of me to each of the winners. So he did actually show me that he had the little box that says Jenny Kirk winner or something on the sticker on it. So it was like, yeah. But the Monkey of Cupboardness got scanned as well.
I did. So I've ordered myself in 00 and N. It's going to be a booker to
I
paint
think
myself
we should get an O gauge version of you as well for the Out in the Garden Railway.
Perhaps.
Because you're holding your camera.
I specifically went for holding the camera, so that would be an action pose to go with you. But
No.
what I'm going to do next time, you will see me at the next place that Model U's at in a Star Trek uniform, because I am going to be scanned in my Star Trek uniform in the pose of the old Star Trek toys.
Ed Flame 4291, before it disappears off the top, asking where the name Gronk came from. Now,
It's the noise, isn't it?
it's the noise they make as they move. It's like a gronk, gronk, gronk. As the motion goes round. That's where the nickname comes from.
Same thing as the Gronk droids from Star Wars.
Pretty much. They did have other nicknames. Some people called them 350s because they're 350 brake horsepower. I've also heard them called Jockos, which appears to have been an old LMS nickname.
Scissors up here.
Scissors, yeah. Oh, you got a name board?
No.
There. There's some scissors. What have we got?
Track plans. You can stick a track plan in there inside it.
Oh, yeah. So that's nice. They used to have them on a board. So on the real ones, there'd be lots of... it marks off all the numbers for which lever enacts what.
If I'd noticed that I needed to do that, I'd have put that in before.
Gus Hadley, the lunatic from Ammo, says, hello, Jenny. It's great to see you. And a degree of lateness implied there.
A Monday clubber is never late to the wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf. Zantek says in Holland they are called little dustbins.
Little dust.
And Ivo Van Zon says Dutch name Idhipel. Obviously massacring the pronunciation, but yeah. Lizzie Beard Locomotive says it was fun to meet you in real life. My first celebrity experience.
What, you made it Jenny?
Yeah,
I suppose start at the bottom. And
I
work up.
suppose start at the bottom and work up. It's like, hello, I'm Jenny Kirk. I'm a Z-list celebrity. But
And
it
all
was
the
lovely.
Z-listers go, no, you're not.
No, right. No, you're
You
not.
have to work an awful lot longer to get to our level.
We created a 27th letter of the alphabet just for your level of celebrity.
You're
No,
not Z-list, you're ampersand.
Yeah, joking aside, it was amazing to meet you, and it was amazing to meet so many people who came up so that they watched the Monday Club, and it's so humbling
It really
to
is.
to meet the people who watch these. Ben says, what company is that Q1? Weirdly like them, would love to get one. The Q1, that's Hornby, and what I would say is they go second hand for a really keen price. It was one of the early Super Detail, all new Super Detail models that Hornby brought out. Still holds its own. 8-pin socket in the locomotive, it's super easy to DCC fit. And pretty reliable runner. Hornby made them. Loads of them have been released over the years. Second hand, I've seen them go for as little as £40 or £50 in reasonable condition. What I would suggest is check out, keep an eye on Clark Railworks or Rails for their second-hand section, or even TMC, the Model Centre, as well as part of their second-hand section. And if you don't see one, drop them an email, because they might have one in back, and they can let you know when one comes in. Oh, I like that. Flymer Chairman 1 says, your tops folk to us, Jenny and Zoe. Tops folk. I like that. Warbler Production says, Jenny, you are better and more popular than a certain American suit star who just happened to marry the spare heir. Suit star. Ooh, them's fighting words. David Shaw says, TARDIS at the side of the steam train. Yeah, has been spotted. But I don't know whether anybody spotted the other one. I do know where it is, but I don't know whether it actually appears on camera. Valleys 56XX says, got my mint Q1 off eBay for 63 quid. Yeah, they are a bargain locomotive, massively underpriced second hand for what you get. I really love them. They've got this sort of ugly duckling look to them. I keep meaning to buy more, but there's always something else that attracts my attention. But either that or I can never remember which one I've already got, which is Factory Weathered Lake Crest number 33006, which I think at the point that I was like, oh, I'll buy that, I went, oh, wait a minute, I've already got that one. Yes, Flymer Chen 1, Hornby Class 66s at a bargain price. I think they're like 35% off. Brings them down to sort of about £64-65. Ham Shackleton says, like I said earlier, Jenny should be a politician. She can talk for hours and say nothing. Oh! Well, I used to be a radio presenter, so it's pretty much part of the job description. Yeah, I used to do, called it the graveyard shifts. Alex Burrows says, I asked Hellion if they plan to remake the Class 28 locomotive, number D5702, number D5705. They're the Hornby 001s. D5705, I think, was the Hornby 001. Certainly, was that the 3-rail one or the 2-rail one? I'd have to check, actually. They said, no, not currently. Upwell and Onwards says, got my Q1 from Jack of Southern Railway Modelling, all weathered and detailed. Ben Tullett says, I got to the NEC way too early on Saturday, but only because I went to film the Pullman train heading to Carlisle with the Class 47 and one of the electric locomotives hauling it at speed. Should have hooked up with us. We got in quite early, and it was great. We got to like wander past the queue. Hello, yes.
It was weird because people looked at us like,
it's like, oi, we've been here an hour queuing, and look at you just wandering now. There's a lot of people going, so he's here. She was like really quite
shocked.
So,
I'm going to apologise to whoever said that because I was half asleep and I didn't know what to say in response. So if I came across as a bit standoffish, it's because I wasn't really awake. Sorry.
But Rails of Sheffield are actually re-releasing the Hellion Class 28, but as far as we're aware, it's exactly the same, even down to you still got the 8-pin socket, so there's no changes to it, but they are doing another run. Oh, it's preserved example, says Richard Knowles. So am I confusing? Which was the Hornby 001?
You could have just said, am I confusing, and stopped, because the answer is yes.
Yeah. Alex Burrow says, also, hello from the USA.
Hello.
A big hello to you. And also, don't forget to mention to pal of the show, Ken Patterson, or should we say Sir Ken of Patterson, and everybody at the What's Neat This Week posse. It's always great to see you guys, and it's great to have the American viewers as well. So we haven't checked the map for a while, so we'll just move out the imaginary map, and there we go. We'll put a pin. And we like to put pins in our imaginary map.
All right. Do you need me to call someone?
Call the Gronks. I I saw Jenny, Zoe and Craig sneak in early, says Peter Jackson Cheadleheath.
Yeah, just a
And
bit.
we did have press passes. And
We
very,
didn't just
very
wander in and go, do you know who I
They
am?
didn't go like, hey, who's
Yeah,
Wally's?
it wasn't Philip and Holly.
Oh,
Don't worry.
Richard Knowles says D5705. So basically the Hornby 00 Class 28 is the one that's preserved. Ivo Van Zon says, what's the issue with 8-pin decoders? Nothing at all, to be honest with you. Most UK locos barely have lights. And ain't that the truth? And most locomotives don't even use all the functions that an 8-pin decoder gives you. I think that part of the issue comes with sound, because there's no dedicated pins for the sound, so you have to wire the speaker to the decoder directly. But yeah, for a lot of things, 8-pin decoder's just fine. Madden Steam Railway says, personally, I think the dear old Bulliard Q1 is a great locomotive. It was smart, reasonably comfortable for the driver and fireman, and made to haul heavy freight trains around the ports, and also easy on maintenance and absolutely no frills. So the idea was that anything it didn't need, it didn't have. And they're very, very successful. It's a shame that more weren't preserved, but one example did get preserved. And I like them. They're quirky. They're probably the first of the quirky models that got released. And Hornby did an amazing job with it. Roger Woolstoneham says, Jenny, Rails have the GWR 517 at £119 pre-order. I think the RRP was, what did we say, 140. So that's quite a good reduction. You probably find that most of the retailers will be pitching the pre-order price around the same level. Larry Rogers says, finally back from the dentist. Hello all. Hello to you.
Hello.
I hope it wasn't too severe. Hope the man with the drill was gentle.
Stop it, Jen. Don't give people flashbacks.
People are like, I hate that noise. Alex Burrows says, Jenny, will you be reviewing Rapido Trains UK's S160 locomotive when it eventually releases? I do hope to. Yes, absolutely. Bo Minnick says, Olivia's trains have some Q1s in stock. Yeah, they are expensive though. Yeah, you'd think. Olivia's trains are not noted for their bargain discounted prices. What I will say is Clark Railworks, check them out, as well as Rails Secondhand,
Rails.
TMC, and other retailers. To be honest,
Retailers are available.
I didn't like the service from Olivia's. I'm sorry, but I'm not alone.
Look, these things happen. The thing that we have to remember with this hobby is that there are so many options.
Yeah.
And you're going to have good experiences and bad experiences.
Yeah. Leslie Gilpin Railway says, once had a press pass for Wally years back. It makes you feel important, actually, I must admit. But we did film a lot of videos. We also got the onboard train running from Making Tracks 4. It's huge.
It was
I
enormous.
thought that the train had sort of like broken down. It took so long to get round.
Yeah, it was surprising.
I mean, the video is about 15 minutes long, and
It's only 2 passes.
all it is going one way and then the other. There is a kit to turn the Q1 into a Q1 what if tank loco, says B.
I have to say one thing though,
Interesting.
regarding Making Tracks 4. Some of the comments that I've seen were, let me say, unsportsmanlike.
On what?
About Making Tracks. Some people taking...
I think there's an
taking the
element of
piss.
jealousy because
Yeah.
they got the world record. It's a bit of a mouthful. It's something that, for the largest portable model railway based on a real location and modelled with scenery and stuff accurate. There's a lot of criteria in it, but they achieved it and they have the record.
Yes, but what people were saying, like laughing because it had technical issues and saying it's very boring. It's like, I'm sorry guys, do you not understand? Or are you just doing this because you're not nice people? This thing is not meant to be visually stunning like a painting. It's meant to look like what it is.
Actually, it's not a bad layout, actually, scenically.
It's
not
a
bad
really
layout.
good layout.
Yeah.
Its strength
Yeah.
is in its sheer scale.
Yeah, and Peter Jackson Heath does say, Making Tracks 4, MT4, did have power problems on Saturday. To be honest, every show we've seen it at, they had power problems on the first day. I think the problem is that they're pushing the technology that they use for controlling everything beyond its design specification.
Yeah, they took it to the limit and then kept going.
Yes.
This thing is enormous.
Yeah.
They were still soldering on the overhead catenary while the other side was starting test runs.
Yeah.
This thing is enormous.
Yeah.
So I say, everyone who was poo-pooing it,
Yeah.
you do better.
Yeah.
Show me you do better.
Richard Knowles says, to be honest, I've heard some horror stories regarding Olivia's trains. Yeah, Dion says, you're right about Olivia's terrible attitude and service, and I am a customer. Although Leslie Gilpin Railway says friends in the club love Olivia's trains. Certainly, Olivia's trains tend to have the models that are sold out elsewhere. So if there's a must-have item for you and you can't get it anywhere else, Olivia's Trains is the place where you can usually find sold out everywhere else items. However, be advised that you will pay a premium for that service. Bo Minnick says, I picked up a Q1 from Rails a few weeks ago, used for £90. It's my second one, sweet little models. Absolutely. Mark Wilson,
really impressed with this Eco Kit.
our waxer of the DeLorean, Mark Wilson says, curious, what will happen to the rail nuts layout? Will they sell it in smaller sections? I suspect for the a couple of years at least, it will do exhibitions here and there. I suspect that there may be a temptation to make it bigger, and we'll see Making Tracks 5. But I don't know.
There's
not
only so far you can push it, though.
Well, you know. Alex Burrow says, hey Jenny, what size baseboard would you recommend for an 009 scale layout, by the way? I need it to be smaller, 4 foot by 8 foot. To be honest, depending on what you run, if you go for things like the Quarry Hunslets from Bachmann or the Talathin locomotives, the Fletcher Jennings ones that are forthcoming, the honest truth is you don't need a lot of space at all. You can, Myneth Tatters, which is my exhibition layout, incidentally, if you want me to come to your exhibitions, do drop a line.
She's not psychic.
Yeah, I'm not psychic. No, but very few people ever ask me. I think they're a bit frightened of asking me. Or maybe they go, don't want that ego-tripping arsehole. But
they've met you.
Yeah. But that's 3 foot by 3 foot. It goes in the back of a very small car, certainly by American standards, very small car. And we've taken it as far afield as we went down to Devon to the Rattery, a small train show. Loved that.
I would love to do that again. That was a great show.
Yeah, I had great fun doing
very
that.
Small and lots of fun.
Absolutely. A lot of Monday Clubbers there as well who were quite surprised to see us. So
what are you doing in my patch?
You're a bit out of area. But yeah, 3 foot by 3 foot is quite generous for 009. You could make it probably down to like 2 foot by 2 foot if you use some of the smaller locomotives like the Baldwin, like the Quarry Hunslets and the mainline Hunslets.
Are you talking about small? Remember what we saw at the show? The big boy in N-Gauge.
Oh yes, from Cato.
Really small.
That was a surprisingly small layout in N-Gauge with the Cato big boy. Apparently it'll go down to Radius 2. But it was running on Radius 3 at the show. He says it'll do Radius 2 but look a bit silly doing it.
It was amazing.
Somebody said... Oh, there we are. Dion says it's going back to Chester Cathedral this summer. That'll be nice. So a good opportunity to go and see it. We saw it at Chester when it was was it Making Tracks 3?
That was Making Tracks 3, yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I don't think Pete Waterman is going to be happy until he's modelled the entirety of the West Coast Main Line.
I think there will be a Making Tracks 5. I don't think they'll rest on their laurels, so to speak. Because I think there's also a case that they want to beat their own record and make it harder for somebody else to beat them. Yeah. Paul Bryan says, Pete Waterman has said Making Tracks 4 is going to Chester Cathedral, then that is it. Oh. If younger members of Railnuts want to take it on, they can, but at least 3 of the group are 70 plus. I can understand.
We'll see what happens, because I'm pretty sure he said Making Tracks 3 was going to be the last one.
Ivo Van Zon says Macklin did a big boy in at that gauge 1 scale, weighs close to 60 kilos. That's a lot. Oh wow! So Naive Gauge has rejoined for another month. It's been a member for 7 months. Rejoined Jenny Kirk membership and says 7 months, great value. There's so much for Monday Club. Absolutely.
Aw.
Don't forget to hit that like button, people. Share the stream to social media. Let other people know about this great, all-encompassing model railway club that we've got here virtually on the internet. And don't forget as well that if you haven't already done so, do subscribe. Ring the notification bell. I think I'm two subscribers away from 23,500. It's gone very slow. Anybody else who's got a YouTube channel, it's a bit slow at the moment. Yeah, it always is running into summer.
We'd like to get it to 100,000, just so that it's a nice round number. But I think it might be a while yet.
Alex Burrow says, I'm currently thinking about modifying a Pico Cato Small England loco to resemble Duke from Thomas and Friends. Yes,
Nice.
Duke was based on, I think, was it Welsh Pony, which is one of the ones that they're releasing. And Pico have released images of painted samples of both the next batch of Small England, so that includes Palmerston, and also the large Englands of Welsh Pony and Little Giant, which was one that doesn't survive.
Wow.
Although quite sadly, actually, parts of Little Giant were still at Glanpool Yard as late as the 1950s, possibly even 1960s. But unfortunately, early days of preservation, they didn't keep everything, so it's a bit of a shame. Oh, apparently I have hit 23,500, says Ed Flame 4291 and David Shaw. So brilliant. Onwards and
Thank you,
upwards.
guys.
I really would love that 100,000 subscriber certificate. I want it on the wall back here.
It's going to be a while. Let's
So
put it that way, but we'll get there.
if you've got about 76,500 people with YouTube accounts who are not subscribers, do ask them. 'Cause I really would love that plaque. Yeah, Flymo 1 absolutely. Subscribe and share, folks. Absolutely.
Although let's tell people, what was it, the show this weekend? Who had the most? Like 1 million subscribers?
Oh yeah,
or something
so
on
like
the-
we are little sprats. We are sardines, tiddlers, compared to some of the military modeler YouTubers. Apparently, there was a couple there with over 1 million subscribers. Although none of us railway people knew who they were.
Well, that's the thing about YouTube these days. You can have 10 million subscribers, and the first time you hear about it is when they're on the news.
If you let me speak, they're disappearing off the... it's gone. GGS Railway says, welcome to the Jenny Kirk membership. Brilliant. Thank you for joining. Also, Alan Reynolds at Buckland Junction says, oh, I'm late. Good evening, Jenny and Zoe.
The Monday Clubber is never late to the wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf.
You're welcome.
Maddenstein Railway says, quite a few of my friends at the Hoddesdon Model and Railway Club also belong to the Monday Club. Yay!
Yay.
Membership is, of course, free. Just subscribe and you're here. Alan Reynolds at Buckland Junction says, thumbs up to Officer Join the Bounty Hunter 447 says, do you miss HST? I don't know, the HST is growing on me. It's I suppose it's a very good example of you never really appreciate what you have until it's gone.
Yeah.
Because I was never that fussed by HSTs when they're in service. But now that they've gone, I'm growing to like them more. And I've actually ended up with 2 in model form. Ben Davis says, Jennifer, do you think of Bachmann's range this weekend? Yes, Bachmann also announced 3 new Mark 1 models as part of their expansion of their excellent Mark 1 00 gauge models. I've got hundreds, literally hundreds of Bachmann Mark 1s. You're seeing the intercity train go around, they're all Mark 1s. And they're adding a BSO, one of the much requested missing coaches. Also an RB, which is the restaurant buffet. And there was a third one, but I can't remember what it was.
Which brings us to the topic tonight. Is it now possible to model everything?
Well, for me, the announcement of Dapol's 517-042 tanks, I would never have expected to see those brought in model form. An entire class of locomotives that did not survive to BR ownership with no preserved examples which just touch into, I think, the Era 1 modelling period. They do appear to be doing them as built. So really quite amazing. Also, locomotion. I did share a video on the Monday Club Facebook group. I know Rails of Sheffield as well as shared their own video. We did meet Matt Moore wandering around at the show, had a little chat with him. So I know he took the video. But it's incredible to watch it, mesmerising to watch.
It really is.
And to anybody who thinks, oh, it'll be too delicate to actually use, actually, no, because they've been running that model day in, day out at shows up and down the country, and it's still running really reliably.
Yeah, it showed no signs of problems.
Russell Benton says, I thought Bachman already did an RB. I thought they did the RBR. Zeb Harris Marazion Station, Marazion. I don't know how that's pronounced. I think that is somewhere in Cornwall. But welcome to Jenny Kirk membership. It's great to have you aboard. Don't forget that as a Jenny Kirk member, you get first dibs on watching the Friday video, and it is ad-free. So hopefully, usually you get that around Thursday.
Wednesday, Thursday. I try for Wednesday. Sometimes it's Thursday.
But also you get some unique icons that's exclusive to Monday Club channel members here in the chat as well. It's great value. I think it's only, is it £1 or $1? I can never remember. Trains with Nick says, Laurie's Mechanical Marvels is now on 99.4 thousand subs. Hornby still won't make a model of Laurie's Ruston 48 though. Thank goodness Hellion is making it in O gauge. Well, I don't think that it wouldn't necessarily be a flat refusal. It's just a case that they probably got planned what they're going to do. Russell Benton says, what's the difference between an RB and an RBR? Don't know.
One's got an R on the end of the name. That's as much as I know.
I think the RB might be that it doesn't have any seating in. RBR has seating. But RB might just basically be the kitchen car with a buffet. Tom Marshall, Buckle Skelly Station. It was great to meet you at the show.
RBR, Real Buffet Restaurant?
Don't know. When do we get to see the hairy bloke behind the camera? The hairy bloke behind the camera?
What are you on about?
I don't know. I don't, must be confused. Oh, Iron Horse Railways. Not here. Not here. RBR equals refurbished RB. Right, so they've done the refurbished.
Are they thinking about Les from the intro?
Les. Could be Les. He lives in Colville now. Yeah, so RBR equals restaurant buffet refurbished, and RB is the in original form. Yeah, refurbished in the late 1970s, early 1980s. Name a Gamer YT says, hello Flymo, how are you? Darren J. Mould says, Darren Bree Central, any word on badges? I knew that people... No, none of the badge manufacturers have got back to us. So,
I'm a little upset about that, to be honest.
Yeah, it's like, don't they want our business? Maybe they don't. Maybe they go, oh, it's that Jenny Kirk. But I might ask, I know KR Models have had badges done in the past. I'll ask them who they use. Tom Marshall, Buckle Skelly Stations. I meant Iron Horse Railways. Iron Horse Railways is like, we should. I should have known it was you from the Odia Soda.
You can't say that to people and then expect them to come on your show.
Oh no, considering the gas I had in the car, to be honest.
Yeah, you certainly can't after that drive.
Yeah.
It's a wonder we're still here.
Yeah. So.
People,
But
I
yeah.
love your model, but my goodness, these stairs are fiddly.
Yeah. Hermitage Road says 100,000 subs. I have 57. Long way to go. But we all start slowly. SJ Train World, welcome to Jenny Kirk membership. Great to have you aboard. Thank you so much. There's a lot you get for very little outlay as a channel member, but certainly thank you so much for your support. Oh yes, Nick at Bletchton High Level. I completely forgot. Ellis Clark has some nice little badges. We should ask Ellis. If we'd have thought, we could have asked him at the show, because Ellis Clark Trains were there, but they're trying a new format, and anybody who has missed the Brand Tub rummage at Clark Railworks. They didn't bring any of the second hand. It was all new O gauge. They did have the samples for the WD and also the quad arts. The quad arts look amazing, and really looking forward to them. But he said the problem is that they're selling through the second hand faster than they can get it in. So he thought he'd try something different, as it was a new format show. So don't be frightened. They're like, oh no, Clark Railworks isn't doing second hand anymore. It's just for that show. But it was great to chat with him, and I'll send him a message actually. Dan Allen says, evening Jenny and Zoe. When I was at the NEC on Sunday, someone was thinking Bachman was heading down the route of FO, RB and BSO because of West Coast Railway using them for charter stock. Could be. They'll always have an eye for maximising the ability to release liveries. H&H Express model N-scale train says, we'll have a nice evening all signing off. It's bye from High.
See you later.
Take
Thanks
care.
for coming
I do
along.
know
Have
it's
a great night.
It is a school night. People got work in the morning. One of the downsides of doing Monday as a Monday club, but Monday's that day of the week where you go, oh, it's Monday. So we give Monday something to
Monday a good name.
something to look forward to. Dave Scott Railway says, Zoe, try REV GOM Limited for badges. That's not one that you've tried, is it?
Don't think so, no.
Don't think. Oh yeah, we'll have to check that out.
I have to admit, I've been having such trouble getting anyone to actually respond to a damn email.
Yeah, Partick Hill Station said we should all try to grow the small channels by subscribing to them. It doesn't cost anything, and it does a great job to grow the community.
It encourages
Absolutely.
people.
And of course, we're all for promoting smaller channels, so please subscribe to me as well. I really want that. You'll have to do one on Photoshop, and it'll be like Jenny's big certificate of being silly. Like, yeah.
Jenny's certificate to show that she's a Jenny.
She was silly 100,000 times. Rick Morley says, unfortunately, I've got to go too. Bye bye, everyone. You take care. It's been great having your company.
Oh,
We'll catch you next time.
What? You're
Phil-
just doing this to upset me now with these stairs.
Phil Yates says, that's why I only work Tuesday and Wednesdays. 2-day week, 5-day weekend. Respect. You're the man.
This is the worst thing I have seen. I'm sorry, Pico. I like your model, but bloody hell, these stairs are awful.
Simon Train's Model Railway Showcase has just joined the Jenny Kirk membership. Thank you so much. Trains with Nick says, subscribing is helpful to an extent, but only if you watch the videos too. Absolutely, yeah. We try and be quite a magazine-style show. We like to think we're fairly knowledgeable on most things, so we produce varied content. So not just the interviews, the going to shows, but also actually building things, showing you how, and keeping you along for the ride on the various project builds, like we did with Weir Yard, Myneth Tatus, and also the O-Gauge Garden Railway. Now I do have a video to film on progress on the O-Gauge Garden Railway. Going to be doing some more scenic work. I have built a load of buildings for it.
This is ridiculous. I've got one side of the set of stairs done, and it doesn't align with the other side of the same stairs.
Leslie Gilpin Railway says GOMs have been making badges for donkey's years. We're going to have to look them up and get. We're going to have to see if we can get a quote from them. Martin Shipman says, I work a 7-day weekend.
Okay.
Oh, work to a 7-day weekend. I like that. Is that called retirement? My dad always said that when he retired, he didn't know how he found the time to fit a full-time job in, because he's never been busier. Nick Garolimo says, Monday, definitely best evening. Really lifts the start of the week. Oh, thank you so much. Naive Gauge says, Jenny, how many subscribers does your most subscriber have? I think what they mean is, who subscribes to me that's a massive channel? I'll be honest, I don't know, because
we don't get to know what you guys subscribe to unless we look.
A lot of the big channels make private what they're subscribed to.
Of course it is.
So I don't honestly know. I have seen in the list subscribers with like 15,000 subs before now. But generally speaking, if huge channels subscribe to you, you don't often get to know unless they tell you.
Yeah.
Maddenstein Railway says, how do I get into the membership section? Is it something to do with joining Patreon?
No, Patreon's a separate thing. Members just get stuff put into their feed.
Yeah, you'll just be able to find it like a normal video. But it's videos that non-members can't see.
Yeah.
So it'll just be there in the feed. When we put them out, it will appear as like newest video. Patreons get different sets of rewards. You also get early access to the Friday video, but then also Patreons there's tiers of rewards. So you can get your name in the end credits of the pre-recorded videos, which is a great way to show everybody that you are helping support the community. And depending on which tier you go up to, there's also the means to get rewards every month. We do need to send out...
I am actually considering removing the rewards every month thing. Only one person subscribed to it, and
we owe them quite a few bits. We need to send a parcel.
I'm terrible for being able to find the time to do it.
Yes, she is.
And I don't like that. I don't like feeling like I'm frustrating someone. So I may get rid of it.
GRRFY says, one of mine got 2.4 million, which is
nice.
Nuts. Oh my word.
Someone's a success.
Yeah. Alex Burrows says, hey Jenny, will you be reviewing KR Models Bellerophon locomotive model when it's released? Yes, I do plan on doing that. Valleys 56XX says, members see the secret Gronk cult rituals videos. Oops, I've said too much.
Someone's not getting invited to the next secret Gronk cult.
Yes, you remember what happens in secret Gronk cult and stays in secret Gronk
until
cult.
the news of the world get hold of it.
Yeah. But we do. I think we need to do more for Patreons.
We do.
Maybe. What about having an exclusive Patreons T-shirt design that only Patreons can order?
I'm wary of stuff like that because it feels like you're then saying to people, "Hey, pay us some money, and you get the chance to pay us some more money."
That sounds like Amazon Prime, doesn't it? Pay us some money, and you can get the stuff that you pay us money for quicker.
and it does. It makes me feel uncomfortable, but I'll see what I can do.
Yeah. Leslie Gilpin Rowan says, never looked, but can you identify who your YouTube subs are? If they have turned on notifying people that what they're subscribed to, there is a setting to check which basically says keep my subscriptions private, in which case they won't appear in that list. And generally speaking, you will find once a channel gets beyond a certain point, they don't tend to reveal who they're subscribed to, because everybody goes, oh, please subscribe to me, and it's, you know, it opens up a can of worms.
Because certain people will like to see that as free advertising, essentially. Look, the big guys like me.
Yeah, they can't, like, somebody with 1 million subs can't be subscribed to 1 million channels, because it would just clog up the feed with everything.
They'd never see anything. They'd have to have a separate YouTube channel just to watch what they want to see.
GRRFY says, I just got my first O-gauge Ginty and a Gronk and 3 brass tank wagons. Ooh. Excellent. Maddenstein Railway says, sadly, because I was scammed on the internet, I never use it for financial purposes, such as going through Patreon. Yeah, unfortunately, the internet has kind of become a bit of a wild west.
I wish it hadn't. I remember the
good old days of the internet when you could trust people, and then the scammers found it. Naive Gage says, are your subscribers private, Jenny, or have you just not subbed to my channel? To be honest, I can't remember who I'm subscribed to.
You're terrible at following model railway people because you follow cars.
I watch car people a lot, and legal channels.
Yeah,
like Steve Lato. Wouldn't that be
Lato's
cool?
Law is cool.
Yeah, Lato's Law. Yeah. It's the law. Let the law handle this. He doesn't say that, but he should do. It's like, hi there, let the law handle this. But no, Steve Lato's really cool. And wouldn't it be cool if it just like pops up in the comments and it's like, hello, I watch you as well, and like, ah! Oh dear. Or somebody like Jules Holland. Actually, no. Jules, he would not be on YouTube as Jules Holland. I don't think so. He would browse around incognito. He'd probably just be like, like secret user 1234 or something. Very, very private person. As is Rod Stewart, is probably the most private celebrity modeler that there is out there. He's very, very protective of his privacy. And you can imagine why. I mean, it must be hell to be so famous and everybody wants a piece of you. You just want to have private family time. Alan Reynolds at Buckland Junction says, my favourite Gronk 08 is a GNR Wren version. Runs well and pulls like a train. Literally. Well, the Wren one is actually the old Hornby 00 model, and I've got the Hornby 00 model. And one of my favourites, Hornby 00, were the first, or at the very least the second after somebody like Tryon. But they were the first people to model a Gronk correctly with outside frames, and it remained that way until Lima came on the market with their Gronk with outside frames. But yeah, really ahead of its time. The Hornby 00 Class 08 really was a good model for
that's a mess, but it finally got the stairs together. My goodness, what a challenge.
Let's have a look. Trains with Nick says, I'd say about 30% of my subscribers are open. The rest, it doesn't show who they are. Yeah, pretty much the same. Tom Marshall, Buggle Skelly Station said, need to head off. Jenny Byle, take care. It was really great to meet you at the show, and some incredible products there on your stand. Lovely special commission wagons. Don't forget, people, do support anybody who commissions their own wagons. It's a big outlay, and it's a great way of bringing stuff to the market that the mainstream manufacturers might not otherwise do. Some great buildings as well. Really love the new windmill too. 3B Rail. Talking to somebody else. Big hello to you. Flyman Chairman 1 says, I've got a Lima Class 11, but seriously needs a new output side bearing. They do wear with a lot of use over time. Greasy Rails says, hi everyone. That sounds to me...
The Monday Clubber is never late to the wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf. Ham Shackleton says, if you like watching car vids, do you watch Jeff Buys Cars? He's a Volvo nut too. Yes, I do occasionally watch his videos, and I have chatted with him both in the comments section and on Facebook. He's a member of one of the Facebook groups that I am in as well. And funnily enough, IKS Explorations, which is another big YouTube channel, doing like exploring derelict buildings and places you can't normally get into. One of them's on that group as well. It's a very close-knit community in the Volvo 850 world. But yeah, for all I know, he could be watching and going, let's scare the living daylights out of this person.
10 print. Ooh, 20 go to 10.
Yes, yes.
Right.
So yeah, but Hoovie's Garage. There you are. There's another one that I tend to watch. And Tavarish. Do like watching Tavarish. I can't believe it's 8:30 already. But today has gone really, really quick on the Monday Club. We've been talking to you about the surprise Dapol announcement. And honestly, didn't know it was coming.
Dapol, give us a heads up next time. We were shocked when we were in the middle of making the thumbnail.
Yeah, and I guess if Dapol had been still doing shows and been at Key Model World Live over the weekend, they would have announced it there. But they've announced today, presumably because otherwise it would get buried in all of the rail nuts making tracks, getting the Guinness World Record things. Plus, we had the Bachmann announcement of the BSO, the RB, and was it the FO? 4. Yeah. The Mark 1 coaches. So, in a way, actually, it's probably quite savvy announcing it today. Plus, of course, they catch the wave of the Monday Club. That 517, really looking forward to that. These are the 042 auto tanks. These are the Armstrong design that the later Churchwood ones, like the 14XX and the 4800 class, were based on. Really amazing set of models. Really does allow pre-grouping modelers, and certainly those going right back to 1868, I think it was, when they first were introduced. It gives them the motive power that they need to make it viable. Penn Tullett says, have they announced that the answer is Dapol? Absolutely. Dion Wollaston says, right, ladies, I'm off. Good night. Hope to see you again soon. It was me who shouted, look, Zoe's here at the front of the queue on Saturday. Good night.
Hi, well,
So there we
sorry
are.
I didn't respond. I was half asleep.
Dean Fielding says, good evening. Sorry, very late.
A Monday clubber is never late to the wagons, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Thanks, Gandalf. Knockers Lanes has got the Tom Marshall Buggle Skelly windmill on order. Have all the wagons and buildings, etc. Great models. Excellent. Flammerchem one says Jeff buys cars. He loves a Volvo. He does. Absolutely. Trains with Nick says, I find Tavarish a bit much sometimes. I flick in and out. I don't watch every video. I also watch Sam Crack as well. Yeah, real name. Based in
I
Florida.
didn't say anything.
Oh no, sorry, I just in my mind's eye there was a snigger happening. Haunted Railway 1820 Jake says, hi Jenny and Zoe, thank you for the pick. Absolutely welcome. It was great to meet you at the show.
Lovely to meet you.
It's
Yeah.
always great, as we always say, we always have time for if you guys take the time to watch our videos, we've got the time to say hello, and we don't mind having our photos taken at shows.
Well,
Just don't get us holding up a board with numbers on and put some kind of measurements behind us. Like, look stern, look to the left, look to the right. And yeah, I know I got that the wrong way round. Naive
well, at
Gauge.
least you know.
Naive Gauge says Zoe needs to get more used to those red carpet moments.
It's weird. I'm sorry, but it's weird. I never got used to people calling me counsellor when I was on the council.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get used to red carpet moments. I'm a very normal person, honest.
Leslie Gilpin Railway says, once you hit the monetization targets, the number of subs is irrelevant. Most of the viewers tend to be casual unsubscribed. I am noticing that more and more. Most of the people who watch videos aren't subscribed, don't subscribe. They just watch it and do nothing and go away. And I think that's I've noticed this on a lot of other channels. Getting subscribers is harder and harder and harder.
Yep.
There's no sense of commitment from people. Ben Tullett says, forgot to ask on Saturday, do I need to return my Monday Club wagon? As it's empty and it says it needs returning to Weiryard.
Yes. Give it back.
Send them back. I can sell them again. No. But that would be a great idea, isn't it? If they all just came straight back. JD1533 Workshop says, greetings all from Queens, New York City. Greetings to you. Hello. Degree of lateness implied there.
A Monday clubber is never late to the wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf. Right. Do we have a lot of videos in?
Not a huge amount, but have a read of what's on screen.
So this is from Nick Beard. He says, hi guys, my 14-year-old granddaughter Lizzie Beard, who loves the Monday Club and has decided to jump into railway modelling with Grandad Nick, has asked me to send these pics taken at Model World Live to share on Monday night if you can. She was so happy to meet you both and other significant folk on the weekend. She got her first loco as well. Thanks for sharing. Oh, that is brilliant. And thank you, Lizzie. It was great to meet you.
It was really good to meet you. You seemed incredibly happy at the show.
Absolutely.
Which is what I love to see about shows.
So we're going to bring this up. So this is on the small screen. So there we are. That's me with Lizzie at Key Model World Live.
Look at that grin.
Absolutely. That is somebody
and
really
she was happy to see you too.
Yeah, and look, all the bags of goodies as well.
Yeah.
So that was just by the Oxford Rail.
The Oxford Rail bag. I got one of them as well.
The £20 mystery bags from
Guys,
Oxford Rail.
If you decided you didn't know what was in them and it might not be worth it,
Next slide,
it was.
please.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, so there we are. Oh,
I should have stood up, but I was absolutely knackered and my back was killing me.
So that's the Monkey of Madness, displaying one of the merch T-shirts.
Oh yes,
that's been through the wash a lot of times. So if you're thinking that's a bit faded, it's been through the washing machine more times than she's had hot dinners.
I really should have stood up, but I was just so exhausted and in pain I couldn't.
Okay, and
Pete Waterman as well. Yes,
always well worth it. He's a lovely guy. Actually, we've chatted with him.
Really is. And
the first train.
What a good.
Is that a 57 or a 40?
It's got a hell of a design on the side.
It
looks
nice.
Really good. So yes,
absolutely brilliant. So thank you so much for that.
Someone's got the railway bug.
Absolutely right. Can you just check that the screens come
I will
up?
check. Yeah.
So there we are. Brilliant. Thank you so much for sharing those with us.
Thanks for coming along and being happy to see us. It's always nice when people are happy to see us.
Oh wait, that's a good point. Richard Swiderski said if we sent the wagons back, you'll have to fill them again and send them back to us.
Oh, that sounds like
Fill
effort.
them
Don't
with
do
what?
that.
Well, we at great expense, we filled them with air. Zeb Harris Meridian Station says, I know it's a little bit late to say hi all. I've been watching for an hour already. We did see you earlier on.
Monday
Oh,
Clubber
no, we
is-
did see them like
A
Gandalf.
Monday Clubber is already here.
There you
Right,
go, Jen. Have a look
get
at
back
that.
in your box, Gandalf.
Be careful, but have a look at that.
Oh, you've done a good job. I like the reddy coloured plastic actually. So
Yeah.
there we go. And like the only painting was you did the interior, you did the floor and the levers.
Yeah.
So I actually quite like. I mean, a little bit of a weathering wash,
A weathering wash is going on it, yes.
but that's actually Pico. Well done on the self-coloured plastic.
Yeah, but
So
marks
that's in-
off for that ridiculously hard to put together set of stairs.
Dorking,
Yeah.
dorking.
Every single step on that has to be
So long,
attached
but-
separately.
So long.
Oh my goodness, it's going on.
Ooh.
It's going on my box file. That one.
TARDIS next to train. Yes, the Doctor appears to be just camping out there. I don't think anybody, or certainly I've not seen anybody spot the other one. It's probably not in
Talking
vision.
of the TARDIS, I have to show something.
Well, what are you going to show?
Hang on.
Okay. Am I going to be disappointed?
No.
No. What are you looking? What are we looking for?
We're looking for a certain image.
I've just kind of seen it. Right.
This is what I found at the place over the weekend.
Oh right. So do I need
This
to
was
bring?
at Key Model World.
Okay.
The Daleks have got the wrong trousers, Gromit.
Oh, I like that with Gromit as K.
Yeah.
What did it have written on the side? Or was it something else?
What do you mean?
Oh, Gromit.
Gromit, he has K9 written on him. And
I
he's got a
like that.
W for Wensleydale, and I was so happy to get that. It took me a while to get a nice lined up shot because it was a very popular thing on the display, but I'm
Yeah.
very happy.
Really, really nice. And it's one of the things actually. There was a lot of great modelling there, not just from the railway crowd, but
Yeah.
from the other people. And as you saw there, that was actually really, really good. Dave Scott Railway says that young lady came by our stand. Really nice to talk to. Excellent. Iron Horse Railway says that's brilliant. I know that was good. Marcus Muggins says maybe the chameleon circuit is working on the other TARDIS just a little bit too well. Richard Swiderski said TARDIS behind the water tower near the tunnel, so it probably was spotted.
Oh my!
Xantec says the stairs on the Pico signal box. I feel Zoe's pain with them. I have the same
I've
signal
actually
box.
got eye strain from doing Engage. I need to get one of those magnifying
Oh,
things that
the
that
big
guy
one-
had at Making Tracks.
Yeah, you clamp on the edge of the table and it's up and over, and if you have like a light in it as well. No.
One of the guys on Making Tracks, he was doing the soldering of the catenary. He had a
Oh, like
thing that comes down over the top of his
Egon
head.
in
Yeah.
Ghostbusters when
it
it's
was
hunting
amazing.
for
And
ghosts.
I looked at it going, I need one of them. Because I've literally just got eye strain from doing that. Oh my goodness.
Right, so what's our next video? So this is from Xantec. Says, good evening, Zoe, Jenny, Gandalf, and the gang. Oh well, the toaster crew. They're. Well, hold on. Let's go over to the toaster crew. There we go. So we've got Gronksy and Topsy there, who have been hiding there. Topsy went down to visit relatives in Toaster. Obviously, that's where Topsy is from. And Gronksy, who's his nephew, they went down together to have a nice holiday at Sandwich, enjoying the south coast. And Topsy now has moved to Bredbury in Manchester
Sorry, I've just got
to
stretch
be
my legs.
closer to Uncle
Oh.
Topsy. So there we are, and you can see they're on message with Gronk it up.
Gronk it up! Gronk it up! Gronk it up!
Hashtag not a cult for legal and tax purposes. So
Your mileage may vary.
yeah, Topsy's just fine. He does shake a bit when he's excited. Although we are running the browning knobs at half strength in deference to somebody's toaster has unfortunately expired.
Yes.
Right, so anyway, so this week has been quite productive, says Xantec. With regards to the station area, now the platforms are sprayed and in place, The sides of the bridges are done. A tunnel mouth now resides as a bridge. If I recall, didn't one of the Monday Club members use card and J-cloth to receive? Yes, PVA J-cloth, Alan.
So let's have a look at these.
So let's move over. Some nice Mark 1. Actually, this is N-gauge, but they look really detailed. It just shows how N-gauge has come on over the years. And the Metcalf walling. I have to say, the Metcalf
Always love
walling
Metcalf
is
walling.
incredible.
Yeah.
That's coming along really nicely.
It really is.
Mm.
It's looking good, looking solid.
Reminds me a little bit of parts of Bolton Trinity Street Station.
Yes, I could imagine just
Yeah.
looking over there and going, hey, there's those choo-choos.
Bit of a portal. Oh, and that was the other West Hill Wagon
Ooh,
Works
look
at
at
the
that.
show. New range of catenary, which really quite usefully, they're held on by magnets. So if you knock them, they don't break. And you can take them off to either clean the track, get access to the trains, or also so you can run your layout pre and post electrification. Really great
Nice.
system. Apparently they were flying off the shelves at the show. But
Oh,
well
so that's
worth.
an interesting way of doing it.
Yeah, scrunched up newspaper underneath,
Yeah.
and a little bit of tape there.
Look at that.
I've used a similar method myself. So what's in the news? Scenery is in the news. So yeah, this is all
It's
looking
really looking
really
good.
nice.
Oh, I
Oh.
like that.
Well done there. Well done there.
Yeah, look at that's good artwork. That is really nicely done.
Yeah, excellent. Right.
Oh, I'm having trouble with the map.
Oh, is that the last one?
No, I was just having trouble with the map. Yes, it is the last one.
Okay. Well, look.
That
Thank
is
you
really nicely
so
done.
much for that.
Did you enjoy all 4 of the TT layouts at the show?
I actually didn't get to see a lot of the layouts. I was talking
Oh, you were
to
having
somebody-
so much. I went round and
Meeting
got
and greeting
as
a
much
lot.
as I could. It was really good.
Oh,
James Spinks.
James Spinks, you forgot to send us the
No,
link.
he hasn't. He sent.
Hello Jenny, Zoe, Topsy and Gandalf. Here's my video. I've been practicing my video editing skills. So we've got your video.
That's how we got started.
Yeah,
That is literally how we got started.
practicing video editing.
Yeah. So here
Because
we
it
go.
was you had the channel. Hold
Yeah.
on. There we go.
This looks good.
Oh, this is nice. Oh, I do love it. Oh no, that's the Hornby Class 29. Nice. Wibbly wobbly fencing, but yeah, no. Oh, this is a lovely layout.
It really is.
Great for watching trains running.
And actually, the scenery there has just reminded me. Thank you so much to War World Scenics for putting up with me when I wandered over and asked questions about how to nicely do some scenery on N-gauge and what I needed to use.
Yeah. Yeah, Simon Trains Model Railway Showcase. There was a big crowd around making tracks. Always very popular. And actually, it's interesting. I was talking to New Junction today, and he said that so many people really love that layout, and it's very easy to see the 1 or 2 people moaning, but actually the silent majority love it, and they had a lot of people who saw it on the morning news and were actually at the show by 12 to come and actually see it because they'd seen it on the news.
I bet.
And
to those that poo-poo it and laugh at the problems, I want to see you do better. I want seriously put up or shut up. It's I'm zero tolerance on trolls now.
I can hear it starting to boil.
Yeah, I'm zero tolerance on trolls.
This is lovely.
Put up or shut up. If you want to criticize and laugh at someone else's efforts, I want to see what you did, and I want to see you do it better.
This is lovely. A really, really great layout. So yeah, Hanning's Rest Mother Railways is nice layout. Peter Jackson Cheadle Heath is nice layout with super elevation.
It's really
Richard
nicely done.
Swiderski says nice layout. Ruben Ashwell as well.
And the editing. You've done really well. Your editing skills are definitely coming along.
Going back to the last few pictures, Azantec says the tunnel pic is a photograph sent to me by David Howarth from Dave's Model Railway. Oh,
Nice.
excellent. And it just shows how the community is really good at supporting people.
Supporting each other. I love it.
And that's what we like about the community. Forget about the people, the trolls that poo-poo other people's efforts and think there's something special when they're just poo.
Yeah.
No, the real community help out each other.
The actual people who know what all this is about. That would explain an awful lot about why I was having problems lining up the steps. I've got one here.
Yeah. Cheshire Line says we did
Sorry,
28
Pico.
interviews on Friday. The media interest was off the scale. Oh, absolutely.
I bet it was. It's not every day you get to see a live attempt at a world record.
And Richard Knoll says, yeah, they've got no idea what goes into making such a layout.
They haven't.
I think there's an element of jealousy with some people that
Yeah,
other
because they
people
weren't
are
involved
skilled.
in it. Someone was having a try at something, and they weren't involved.
Yeah. So yeah, no. Where did Zantac says? Where did the Piggly Wiggly?
Jen
It's
loves a
actually a
Piggly Wiggly.
supermarket. It came from. Is it Maynards?
It's the first.
Menards in
Yeah.
America.
It's the look at all the textures and everything are lovely on. I love the way
This
the
is
grass
nice.
is
I'm
formed,
really enjoying
because
this
it looks
layout.
like proper.
Yeah.
Like, no one goes up there and cuts it type of grass.
Yeah. Oh, it's great video. Lovely layout. Values 56XX says, building a layout for myself that's given me a good idea of the great effort other people go to make such nice layouts.
It's HGP Media says, what, Media? The hobby's dying, isn't it?
Only
Yes.
when they think they can get a few views.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
only when it sells.
Yeah, and also some of the clickbaity channels, here today, gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a really, really nice layout. And
It
the
is,
editing
yeah.
is great. You're doing really well, James.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I like the way it's got the countryside section and then the town section. Oh, thank you so much, Midland Train Spotter.
Oh.
$4.99 on the super chat. Thank you so much. So, good evening, Jenny and the Cupboard Monkey. Was great to meet you both at the show this weekend. Please excuse my shyness. No, you're absolutely welcome. I do know that a lot of people find it very difficult to meet people that they've watched a lot on TV or on YouTube.
I'll tell you now.
But don't worry, it was amazing to meet you.
We understand shyness. I am incredibly shy. A lot of the time, I don't go and talk to people because I physically can't. That's the kind of shyness I have.
Yeah. I'm really enjoying
So I
this
understand,
layout.
and don't worry about it.
Iron Horse Railway says it would be interesting to see if the media make a follow-up report on just how bloody well the hobby is actually doing.
Nope.
With huge award-winning layout and a brand new top-quality show.
Never going to happen.
Not just
Never
that,
gonna
all
happen.
the new models.
Good
Traders
news doesn't sell.
Traders, like stuff was flying off the shelves. I know. Talking to.
Thank you so much for sending that in.
So
That was great.
Oh, could you just? Oh, there we are.
You will not get a good news story about a hobby because it doesn't sell.
Yeah, Trains with Nick, absolutely right. It says the hobby has been dying for as long as I've been alive. I just laugh whenever I see that. Yeah, because they're just doing it. They're clickbaiters, and we see them on YouTube as well. It's all clickbaity, and actually, you know what? We're not interested in what's happening under the carpet of tabloid.
I have to go and get a little bit of fresh air because
Are you all right?
It's eye strain. I'll be back in like a minute or two. I won't be too long.
She's been staring at tiny little things. You need to go and have a look at something that's very far away.
I'll go and stare at the moon.
Okay, Lizzie Beard Locomotive says, I like the grass. Absolutely, the grass there is really, really amazing.
It was very good.
And there's a
yes.
lot of great new products on the market that make it a lot easier to replicate that kind of thing. I mean, I remember back in the day, used to be techniques with using hanging basket liner or teddy bear fur. They were the two products that I remember seeing mentioned in stuff like the pages of Railway Modeler in the 80s and 90s. But now we've got static grass. Companies like War World Scenics doing some great products. Pico do some great products as well. I have to say, really, really good. You can replicate that so easily. Now, my little pug is starting to bunny hop. So when it comes round, I'm going to just make sure all is well with that. It's been running like a champ, actually, it must be said. But, there we go. Oh, it's very, very warm. So, no smell of burning. The magic smoke is not escaping. But, I'm just... Oh, got a bit of oil on that. It's just... There we go. So, yeah, the little puggy poo has been going around. 51235 with BR Lake Crest. I love these. I really do. I do need to get hold of the St. Helens glass one. Really, that's one that I really do need in my collection. 247 Train says, I don't think the hobby is dying. The amount of people at the latest show was insane. Yeah, and when you think this year, Great Electric Train Show had to shut the doors on both days at certain points because there were too many people at the show with queues round the block to get in. That is not the sign of a hobby that is dying. That is a hobby that's very healthy. Thank you very much. Also, I think it's the case that we're looking at retailers doing quite well. Forget about Hatton's, the demise of Hatton's. Very complex reasons, but it's not representative of what other retailers are experiencing.
It was unfortunate.
Yeah, we've talked about reasons.
Yeah,
Richard Swiderski says Pete Waterman still uses teddy bear fur. Poor teddy bears. 247 Train says, lovely meeting you at the NEC. Absolutely, likewise. Always great to meet all of you guys. Right. But yeah, the hobby is not dying. Anybody that tells you that
is trying to sell something.
It's trying to sell something, trying to make money off the back of misery that doesn't exist, or is a muppet.
So next up, we haven't got much time left. My goodness. Next up is from Simon Poole. I've jumped ahead because this one is topical.
Topical, absolutely.
Simon says, good evening, Jenny, Zoe, Gandalf, Topsy Toaster,
Hello.
Gronksy Toaster, and everyone who's in the chat this evening.
Lovely. Thank you for the lovely giveaway. Of course, Simon Poole won the tickets, went on the Sunday. So glad they went to somebody who made good use of them. And I did meet Rob Hall on the Saturday.
I missed Rob.
I met him, actually. He showed me as well that he picked up his free figure from Model U. And Simon, I hope you did pick up your free figure from Model U. Just thank you for the lovely giveaway and did enjoy my time at Key Model World Live. Managed to produce a video featuring some model railways during the event. Thank you for the Monday Club, and remember to please the cult of Gronks by saying Gronk it up, Gronk it up, Gronk it up. Hashtag not a cult for legal and tax purposes. So right, have we got the video?
Yes.
Okay. Hit the lever.
Hit the lever. So I
this
believe
is
this might
tracks.
be something. Yeah. Something called tracking make?
Making track. And look, anybody who says who says this was a boring layout clearly hadn't bothered to go and look at it, because this is actually really good. And it's a long, thin layout, but actually it's amazing for watching scale length trains running at scale speeds over long distances. So, really, really pleased. What are you doing?
Iron Horse demanded that I show this.
What is it?
It's from a joke that we were having on Saturday at the show. Club biscuits would work really well if we just did Monday Club.
I like that. And Lizzie Beard Locomotive says, Gronkety Gronk, Gronkety Gronk, Gronkety Gronk. That's right, it's your Gronkety Gronk Monday Club checkbook and pen. Hey, I always used to think the blankety blank checkbook and pen, I thought, that's really generous. Surely you just write the biggest number you could on every one of the checks. But apparently the blankety blank checkbook was actually the book that you put your checkbook into.
Yeah.
To like keep it from going dog-eared in your bag. This is really good. I mean, we were lucky enough that we hooked up with some of the Making Tracks guys, and they very kindly let us run our little cube cam round. So we got cubified means to view the video.
If you like a lot of Gronk on your layout, join our club. Love it. So we're going to jump on from this giant
That was James Petts, the man who likes to approve.
Oh, I did love this one.
Oh, which one was this?
Diagonal End, I believe it was.
Lovely jubbly.
This was a hell of a layout. I loved it.
Absolutely.
Would have spent more time with it if I hadn't had to run around and get them all, because there's something very special.
Did you get them whilst the trains were running?
Some of them, yeah. That is the something special.
I did see this.
Yeah.
I did see that one.
That's underneath the layout you just saw.
Really, really nice.
So good.
Some amazing layouts. Leedy Holden says pretty much anything can now be modelled, specifically with more people sharing good techniques and demonstrating how to do different things.
Yes.
And that kind of plays into the Friday video. We're going to be showing my full build of the Class 13. This is the eagerly awaited one. And this was made possible because NIU models provide 3D printed parts for the conversion. And it's something that 3D printing has made possible. Yeah, I know people have scratch built the conversion out of plastic card, but for mere mortals like me who could never do that in a million years, the NIU models conversion kit has just been a godsend, and I now have the Mega Gronk.
Yes, Mega Gronk, Mega Gronk, Mega Gronk.
Hashtag not a cult for legal and tax purposes.
There's some great layouts at this show. I was really impressed.
Ben Tullett says, I think the Making Tracks guys need to put some more scenic details and cameos in the layout. These are great for families with kids as they like hunting for animals and items on the layout. And some people did say there was a lack of people, but you know,
there is a reason for that. We've seen it.
Is that Minion?
Yeah, there's minions all over.
Oh, I love this one. It's
the
the
reason
Chinese layout
Oh, that was phenomenal.
with
to
those
see it.
QJs.
To actually see it, and with they've got a very
I
specific
always
style.
love this. I always love that layout. It's so different and so unique and so well done. I've seen it at quite a few shows, and it's always a joy to see.
But isn't there an actual reason why there aren't that many people on Making Tracks? If I remember correctly, we've asked before, and
They're
it's
all
that
on the train.
not that they're all on the train, but it's that they can't be animated.
Yeah, they'd
So
just
they
be
just
like
stood there.
statues. Yeah,
And it's not the same.
I absolutely see that point. But no, this, if you do get a chance to see this, it shows it really is amazing. Marcus Muggins says that London Underground layout needs a pair of Tim and Siddy figures jumping around excitedly as per the TV programme. And Simon Train's Model Railways showcases there was one layout, St. Fair Rihanna, that had minions on the layout. Is that it? Oh!
The car's going to drive. The car's
Ding, ding,
going
ding,
to
ding,
drive.
ding.
Yes!
Oh!
Oh, it's fantastic.
Boom!
Love
Boom!
it.
I love it. I love it. That is really... Sorry, we're getting excited here.
Love it. I never got to see that when I was there. It
Oh,
wasn't.
wow. Oh, that is amazing.
That is wonderful. I love it. Right, we'll jump on to another one. Further on. Oh, there we go.
So there we are, the old Nodding Donkeys. I remember
Beep, beep.
once going to Walkden on the Nodding Donkey Pacer, and the line was so bumpy with jointed track, and FYI, they're not good on jointed track. The guard actually banged his head on the roof and then slunk off back to the back cabin and slammed the door and didn't check anybody else's ticket. And the track was like, doing, doing. Even in the seats, we were like, whoa!
Yeah.
I do
Also,
love a good bridge.
Yeah, Zanteg, you've got a good point there. Figures on exhibition layouts are prime knocky-off bits. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, and that's it. You end up with people lolling over drunkenly because the glue's gone a bit. So the really, Jenny, did you see the Weissman truck system with the trucks that indicate and brake? I have seen that. Yeah, is this the John JMC, the Guru of Sounds layout? I think I do
I think it
recognise.
is, yeah.
So at some point, I don't know whether anybody caught my class 20.
Yeah, it's Alan, yeah.
I wonder if anybody saw my class 22 make an appearance on this.
Yeah, Knockers Lane says, pleasant to watch underground layouts on YouTube's Underground Eric. We met him, I believe, at a show. We were at the 5-inch gauge or something. And everyone was riding around. That was a great day. We should go back.
I do love a Derby lightweight. I haven't got one on my layout, but that is definitely on my hit list for item to get. They do come up occasionally second hand.
I was so happy at this show because I went there with a shopping list. I wanted to get some N-gauge trams. I wanted to get some Pico wagons.
And bonus, we got a DeLorean from Oxford Rail. FYI, Oxford Rail do DeLoreans. Now, they're a bit big. They're 1:24 scale, but we got a DeLorean.
They're wonderful.
Oh, and we were talking about the £20 mystery bags. Well worth it. Like, you get way more than 20 quid. Like, I'd probably say you probably get at retail over 100 quid's worth of gear.
Well, they were saying average is 60. I think I probably got 70 to 80 quid's worth of stuff.
More than that, because you've got
so
two really nice O-gauge models in there. So, yeah, the 20 quid blind bags, well worth it. What?
That track moved back and forward.
Hornby 00!
Yeah.
How did I miss this?
This was a layout code. I had that.
Did you? Well, wow, whoa, I missed this. Oh, I didn't have that.
But watch the way some of this track moves when it goes
Yeah,
past
it was
this
Hornby
bit.
Double O. It's just sort of loose laid.
See what I mean? That bridge at the back is sliding.
Oh, right, no, it's a traverser.
That is so cool.
I hope you got lots of footage of this, because I completely missed
I got
this.
some footage, but I was so rushing around so much that it was hard to get a lot of it.
Hornby Double O. There's a few never was's there, actually. Not all of those are genuine products. Oh, that was lovely. Yeah, Raymond Legs, you and me both. Double O!
Yeah.
And 26 wagons behind the Garrett. Madden Steam Railway says the Sprinter train had a very poor reputation. I certainly prefer the Class 101 diesel multiple units.
Right,
Yeah, the
guys,
first generation
we're gonna
ones were a lot
have
better.
We're going to have to show the rest of the stuff at another time because we are now at
What
9
time?
o'clock.
Oh my word! Right, so I'm going to press the hit the
Hit the liver!
So we're gonna wear that out in no time at all. So I can't believe how quick tonight has gone. So
really
for
has.
anybody who was wondering about the news, the thumbnail says it all. Actually, mystery announcement, not mystery, a surprise announcement, I should say, from Dapol, the 517 and the 14XX and the 4800 class, the 042 auto tanks from the original Armstrong ones built in 1868 to 1885, right through to the more modern Collet ones. They're doing different variants on the cabs, so we've got them from as built right through to the end of their lives. Amazing announcement of some of these models. Would never have thought in a million years we'd get a 517. What's this? Knockers
This is
Lane.
what I'm
If you
laughing
have
at.
a model that's too big, put it in a microwave oven on medium setting for 3 minutes. They shrink to 4mm scale. Honest.
They do not!
Don't try this at home. Right. So we've got to go now. Have you got a stream on tonight?
I have a stream, yes.
So the Monkey of Madness, also known as Gamehammer Classic Gaming, will be continuing the live stream entertainment in a little bit, and you will be given the option to immediately go on over and keep enjoying the live streaming company as retro goodness is done. What are you playing tonight?
The Dawn 2 on PlayStation 2 and whatever people ask for.
No, the
If they ask
Dawn.
for it,
Can I
and
just
I've
say
got it, I'll
the
play it.
Dawn 2 came out in 2013 on the PS2.
Only in India.
Yeah, India exclusive. It is a PAL game, so it obviously plays on a UK console. But it's incredible to think that these games were still coming out, like coming up on 15 years from when the console was originally launched.
Yep.
Unbelievable. Actually,
PlayStation 2, designed in 1999, released in 2000, and still had games in 2013. It's the longest living, actively developed for console.
Well, didn't it actually? There not any releases from 2014 in some of the areas like India or Australia.
I
got
think
some
there
late
are,
ones.
but it's ridiculous. It outlived its sequel.
Yeah, it outlives the PS3. The PS2 was still actively supported when the PS4 was launched.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
They actually
Anyway,
had to shut down production because they needed the space to make the PS4.
so good night, everyone. It's been great having you come. I can't believe how quick it's gone tonight.
I know, it's been
Also,
amazing.
announcements at the show. Backman announced 3 new Mark 1 coaches in 00 going into their range. They also had the samples of the 016.5. I got told off. He said, we've got to keep on brand. It's NG7. It's like, that's 016.5. Come on now. The Quarry Hunslets, and they look amazing. They run amazing. And particular highlight to me, actually, is the buildings. They're good for O-gauge as well. On an O-gauge layout. If they'd have been out when I was building the Garden Railway, they would have been all over that Garden Railway. So anyway, you guys take great care of yourself. This is me saying take great care. Bye for now. And let's just go over and say goodbye to Topsy and Gronksy. So that's Topsy and Gronksy.
I've got the spotlight moving around. Like
Oh right, there's some kind
like
of
it's this 1970s.
there's some kind of disco going on down there. So that's Topsy and Gronksy. Just recently returned from their holiday in Sandwich, and Gronksy has moved up from Toaster to be closer to Uncle Topsy and now lives in Bredbury. So until next time, you take great care of yourself. Bye for now.
The train now departing is the 2104 service to Gronk stopping at Bolton Trinity Road. Minith Tatis Newark, that unnamed layout. Butts farting, Packham on the back, Buxton on file, Pittsburgh, somehow, Eindhoven, and then on to Gronk. That is the 2104 service to Gronk. If you go up to the loft today, it's sure a big surprise. If you go up to the loft today, you'll never believe your eyes. For every train there ever was is gathered there together, because today's the day that Jenny does the Monday Club. Jenny, do we have a sponsor at the end of the show? Do we have a sponsor?
Yes, we do. The Monday Club is proudly sponsored by TMC, the Model Centre. Check them out at themodelcentre.com. The website features extensive stocks of new models as well as selective pre-owned items where you can track down that bargain you've always wanted. Pre-order with confidence all of the forthcoming models from all the manufacturers. TMC also offer a renumbering and renaming service so you can get the exact identity of locomotive that you want. Why not also check out their value weathering, or go for something incredibly special with their bespoke service where you can choose from a more extensive weathered look right through to custom graffiti either off the peg or to a design of your choice. Check out TMC today at themodelcentre.com and start your model journey.
Good night.
I was trying to show off my class 13. Hold on, bear with us. There we go.
This is what happens when you bring in Sean.
So I fired up the Mega Gronk and we're just taking her for a spin up and down the top yard of Weir Yard. So these are the hump primary pushy over the toppy sidings. I don't know what their proper name is. Still a bit of a grip issue.
You've got a grip issue.
The whole system's got a grip issue.
Get a grip.
There we are, class 13 works.
I'd better get on and set up for, I was going to say Gronking night, but it's Monday Night Live.
Yeah.
Gronking night. We should have a Gronking night.
Flint Hills Model Railway, Jeff Hammond says, good evening, sorry I'm late. Oh, well, Gandalf has just gone up downstairs. I think you might have escaped. Oh. Thanks, Gandalf. Oh, and Ben Whitehouse, thank you so much for joining the Monday Club membership. Flint Hills Model Railway Jack Hammond. Yes, I had a really great time at the NEC. Oh no, my Gronk's got stuck. There we are. The only problem I've got with my Class 13 conversion is that the donor Gronk for the slave unit was damaged. Now I have removed the motor and the final drive to the axles, but the quartering is slightly off on one wheel, which means that it limps a little bit and does have a little bit of extra drag, which unfortunately there's nothing I can do about. On level track it's alright, but on anything like, we've got a 4% grade here, actually I think it's a 5% grade, it does struggle to drag itself up. That, I must check the speaker actually. That 47. That 47 doesn't quite sound right. I'm gonna investigate that. I think the speaker might have broken free. Oh. Yes, as suspected, the speaker has started to disintegrate on my Class 47, which is most unfortunate. To see what spares I've got. don't think I've got any because I used the spares on the Mega Gronk project. Now, do I have any spares? Oh. Possibly. Well, it's safe to say I'm out of speakers, which is a great shame. The speaker in the Class 47 is actually an old TTS one that was salvaged from somewhere else, but it's literally just ripping itself apart, which is a shame. But I can hear that the Monkey of Madness is about ready to start her show, so I'm just going to double check and then I'll be handing you off to Gamehammer Classic Gaming. All you have to do is click on the prompt when prompted and you'll be transferred over automatically. Chloe, are you ready? Okay, so I have confirmed that the Gronkmeister herself, Gamehammer Classic Gaming, is ready for you now. So I'm going to bid you farewell for everybody here at Weir Yard. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been great having your company. Flint Hills, Mullerow, Jeff Hammond, don't worry. Thank you so much for that. To be honest, the TTS speakers are not ideal for this. I prefer to use the ones which they're now doing with the TXS speakers. But I've got one which is not in the best of health. I'm going to test it and see whether I can get it working. And then I've also got one of the speakers that came out of the A5 locomotives. I had to take them out to find space for the Stay Alive, but I'm going to have a little bit of a noodle around, see what I can do. But from me here It's been great having your company. Oh, big hello, J94. Just seen you there in the chat. It's been great having your company. Don't forget to hit that like button, share this video, and if you're not already done so, do please subscribe and ring the notification bell. Until next time, this is me, Jenny Kirk, saying you take great care of yourself. Happy modelling. Bye for now.